G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 8 of my beginner's Vitality Caster Ritualist playthrough, where last episode we got up to Fort Ikon. We do have to do a little bit of backtracking for the Tomb of the Archon here, but otherwise we are around about here in the main story. We've got basically the Tomb of the Watchers and the path up to it left to do, and then we will be heading over to probably Ashes. Just even if only for the basilisk medal, but I'll probably do the entire thing and then head to Forgotten Gods. We will need to be doing the Tomb of the Heretic in Forgotten Gods. This is one thing you can skip if you want to, because we will have to kill the Magi for their helmets. So that's going to be interesting. Also, in between episodes, I finally sat down and actually hammered out a plan for the devotions. And I spent about, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere around there, just playing with devotions, seeing what I could get. I worked out I wanted Wendigo, I wanted Dying God, I want Ratosh here. I probably want Scales. If not Scales, then definitely Revenant. And I kind of got to the end of it and just sort of went, you know what, let's just use Neri's stuff. So Neri is a guide creator from the Crate forums. It's actually written the Beginner's Ravenous Earth Ritualist guide that is on the Beginner's Build Guides there. I will leave a link to it in the description below. Anyone listening, please check the description, make sure it's there, and yell at me if it isn't, because I couldn't improve on his devotion plan. So I'm just going to lift it straight out of his guide and use that. That does mean I'm no longer taking the tortoise. We will be taking the stag and the panther. I believe I mentioned that this looked like it would be the go-to last episode. Although I was looking at the scarab as well, I think. Just for the 2 yellow and 3 blues that they each have. This does indeed look like the best way to go. So I will be grabbing those. And speaking of which, that means I need to spend some Aether Crystals in removing points. Now, I'm not going to spend the, 25 or something Aether Crystals that would be required to fully do this. What I am going to do is rip the points. Hang on a sec. Okay, I misclicked. Rip the points out of the tortoise and also out of the yellow one. I can't take the blue because, as you can see there, the Wendigo depends on it. And I actually want to keep the Wendigo. If I respect all the points out of Wendigo, all the points out of Sailor's Guide, took these two, then I would be able to get the Wendigo through this again, but it would cost me a whole bunch of Aether Crystals. And I think I'd rather keep them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the stag, I'm going to rip that point out and put it into the panther, and then once we have these 3 here, then I'll take the 4 out of here as well. It'll save me something like 6 Aether Crystals, which honestly is probably not worth it, but that is what it is. Alright, so I needed the yellow for the stag, didn't I? Alright, well, let's just do it this way. I'll just take the 3 points in the stag for now then, and it'll be fine. So next point, we'll get that one. I've already grabbed Steps of Torment, so I think we just push forwards. There's a Devotion Shrine in the Tomb of the Archon there, so that'll fix that problem. As far as skill points go, I'm going back to Necromancer, and I'm going to push the bar, because I want to get my hands on Harbinger of Souls here. This is the exclusive skill that I'm going to use, and the faster I get there, well, the faster I get there, which, now that I've said it out loud, sounds completely ridiculous. But anyway, it is what it is. Also sounds completely ridiculous. Okay, Tomb of the Archon. Let's go get some ashes. Right, I'm gonna go down this way just quickly because I did just mention Aether Crystals. And it is still the case that you can never have enough Aether Crystals. Aether Shards as well, but honestly I'd rather have Crystals. But hey, I'll take them. Also, I mentioned, I believe, last episode that you'd be able to see the totems from wherever you come through the rift gate, and that is obviously still true. I am going to skip it for the moment because, well, I want to get some progress made. I want some devotion points, basically. So we're going to push through here. Now, the devotion shrine at the bottom of this particular tomb is kind of expensive. From memory, it's an ancient heart. So this might be one you want to skip. I'm going to go there anyway. But this is one that you could absolutely justify skipping because it is a little bit expensive. Now, personally, I don't care. I want the point. But you could absolutely just not, and you'd be fine. There is not a shortage of devotion points in the game, so you would get your 55th point one devotion shrine, or maybe a couple if you skip a few later than I will. Also, in the previous episode, I mentioned that if you want to see a quick run through of Port Valbury, to just chuck a comment down below, and I got a couple of comments, but mostly they were along the lines of friends don't let friends go to Port Valbury. So we will be skipping that for now. Right, on the 40 line here, I do want to put 1 point in Foul Eruption, and I'm probably going to stop at 1 point. That flat vitality and aether damage there is quite nice. This only actually triggers if you kill something with Ravenous Earth, then this kind of pops and does extra damage. So this is not adding all of that flat damage onto the main skill. This is only when you kill something. Granted, it is going to go off fairly regularly, but it's probably not worth pumping points into this. The reduced target's resistances, again, only triggers if you kill something and something else happens to be standing near it. So 1 point in there, and the rest into the bar, I think, is fine. As far as attributes go, I also sat down and figured out attributes. I think it's going to be something like 33 points in Spirit, and it's actually going to be 12 points in Cunning. So that will get you to the point where you can use the highest level Bone Spike. It's 396 Cunning, so that is going to require 12 points of Cunning, and both the Necromancer and the Shaman Mastery bars will need to be maxed out for that. If it turns out that I don't end up maxing the Shaman bar, which I could stop at 40, then I would need a couple more points in Cunning, but honestly, I'm probably just going to max it out anyway. Alright, let's go. So, this totem, again, is quite scary. Ancient Aetherwarp totems, in general, are decently rippy. There's a lot of Aether goop, there's a lot of bleeding goop, there's a lot of big, chunky enemies that do... You spawned on the other side of the wall, didn't you? There's a lot of big, chunky enemies that take a while to die, and also... oh, they killed it for me. Lovely. And also hit quite hard, so keep that in mind. What do we got here? Unyielding, rare metal, decent resist, but not that decent. Same with the ring, and War Maces we can't use. Flamebrand is actually a pretty good weapon. Specifically for fire, but also for aether. We are not doing those damage types though, so pass. Yeah, ancient Aetherwarp totems are kind of scary. The other ones, the other ancient totems, I guess maybe the beast ones can be a little scary sometimes. But in general, the ancient Aetherwarp and maybe the ancient Void Touched as well are probably the two that I would consider avoiding. But you're probably going to be okay by this point in the character's life. Right, so we made it to the second level here, and we're just going to push through this. Now, you can, if you wish, you can kill all this stuff the whole way down. I'm probably going to be dropping a Ravenous Earth and then blinking or evading away. A lot of this stuff will die without me having to watch it. Like, I don't need to see it die. I'm still getting XP here, so... It's kind of fine. Kaiman's idiots are perfectly capable of dying all by themselves without me having to be there to see it. Alright, this little section here, you want to maybe stop in the next room, or just here. But you do want to kill all the stuff that's chasing you around about this area here. Because this is the door to the boss. And this is the door to the shrine. So we're going to click on this loose torch and go down there. Now I'm going to come back to this after I kill the boss. And we are fighting Kaiman's idiots. So we have to worry about fire resistance for this boss. I think I'm going to be fine. But if you're up to this point and you're playing along, make sure you check your fire resistance before you go in. And otherwise, let's just go kill him. So I'm going to pretty much just stay in melee range. I am considering putting a single point into Siphon Souls as well. Just so as I have another spell, because at the moment I cast Bone Harvest, I put down a Booger Volcano, I keep the Swarm active, but then there's room for another spell there in between. Let's just make sure we don't die in any goop there. Alright, got the ashes, that's what we're here for. Before I go downstairs into the secret area to get my very expensive devotion point though, there is a loot room here that I want to hit up. Because I like loot, and also, I mean, they're not horrible. Sheltering is kind of horrible. These are plate pants. Probably not going to use them, but they are plate pants. What I said is true. Okay. So, through the first secret door, through the second secret door, and down the third secret door. And this little area here has a lot of bleeding damage. Most of it is going to be pools of blood on the floor from where you kill the these ghouls. But they do also just, I'm pretty sure, cause bleeding damage. Regardless though, the pools of these things here, if you stand in them, you will take damage. It appears I have enough resistances that it doesn't really hurt that much. But usually, I don't have capped bleed resist by this point. So these usually hurt a lot more. I seem to remember my my pet Kabbalist when I got to this point being a little worried about it, actually. We're not there yet. Or we're not worried about it, I should say. Alright, Balan Varos, Reflective. Not too bad. Alright, boss time. Let me grab the loot here first. And a little bit more here. Alright, once you get to here, when you can see the ruined shrine on your map there, that means you're about to run into... where is he? Can I spin the... There he is. There's Necrothan the Timeless. Now, he hits decently hard, but the main thing you need to watch out for is his meteor-style attack. So, I'm just going to hit him, and I'm actually going to try something incredibly stupid here. Alright, here it comes. That probably wasn't worth it, to be honest. So Mark of Torment will actually reflect damage back to the caster. I was kind of halfway expecting a Sunder. I normally dodge that attack, so the fact that I didn't know it was a Sunder is probably a good thing. It means I normally don't try and tank it. But yeah, if it doesn't Sunder, you can't reflect it back, obviously. The Mark of Necrothan there, Cold Damage, Calidor's Tempest, and Inquisitor's Seal convert to Aether. Not things that I want particularly. Here is my Ancient Heart. There goes my Ancient Heart. Let's pick the loot up, and we'll finish off the stag here. Now, at this point, I can take both of these points back. So this is a yellow, this is a blue. This gives me both, so I can take both of those back and take the first point, or the first 2 points, I guess, in... was that the Panther? I think that was Panther. So I'm going to do that, and then we're going to go turn in the ashes here. And one day I'm going to make a build with that mole, the Bartholem's mole. Fire build with Guardians of Empyrean. Looks pretty good. Or at least, I kind of want to play with it. Okay, so, Devotions, blue and yellow, take those out. And Panther, just some OA, basically. A little bit of Cunning, a little bit of Spitter. Looks pretty good. That is another thing as well. When I was testing how much cunning I would need in order to use the highest level bone spike, I did it in Grim Tools without any devotions applied, so actually 10 is probably a little bit too high, or 12 is. So I might stop at 10 and just see how it goes. But anyway, let's go turn this in. And if I'm correct, the next one should be something a little scarier. It's been a while. I think this one actually sends you out to, or the next one sends you out to Eastmarsh, which is actually not that scary, but it is kind of way out of the way. So I may not do it. It could also be the event there. Yes, I have them. Can we do the ritual? It is the ritual first. Okay, cool. Oh, and just for something different, they've given me a blueprint that I can actually use, which doesn't happen. Also, did I just get... Where is Death's Vigil? Okay, we hit Respected. I don't know why I was thinking we might have hit Honored there. So this will be the last quest we will have access to, unfortunately for the moment. But that's fine. Alright, let's begin the ritual. We'll just keep throwing these up. Anything that glows yellow needs to die as close to immediately as possible, if not sooner. If you can kill them faster than right now, then go ahead and do that. Because priests are going to be healing stuff that you want dead. Which is not great. What did I miss? Nothing. Okay, Death Revenant. And next wave, I think, is going to be Old Love up here. There we go. Naviria Stormfire. That's the one. Let's get out of the blue. Oh, nope, let me out. There we go. Okay. So she's dead. Malkadar's here. Lovely. Okay. Completed. Let's head out of here. We'll turn this in. Might even... probably not going to get 41 out of this, but... maybe like here-ish. Not quite. Golem Fist Gavel, physical damage, Earth Ward. Okay. No thank you. And like I said, we don't have the honored reputation for the next quest, so here we go. You can buy those things off me. They are incredibly good. Or so I'm told. Okay, Black Tallow. Absolutely want to get my hands on that. I think the others can wait for now. A lot of these are used as components in higher level crafting, but I'm not planning on using any of them except the Black Tallow while I'm leveling. So for the rest of them, if I need them for crafting something, I will go buy them. Otherwise, I will worry about that when I get to level 100. Okay, let's go talk to Creed. And I believe I haven't picked up the, what are they called? The notes on the ground? Law notes, there we go. So, yep, still got to pick up the law notes. I believe I have access to this bounty table now, but I almost never do them. Pretty much just get the reputation when you get them. Okay, it will be done. Yes, this too will be done. I will recover your supplies. And this is a good point to point out Aether Resistance is about to become very, very important. So, again, make sure you're above 50. More is better, but don't massively uncap your other resistances in order to get this. Can I wear this belt? Yes. And I want to wear this belt because it has a Lifestealer Nova on it, as well as a little bit of vitality damage, but honestly, it's for the proc. So let's go ahead and do that, and actually I want my component back. I really should do another character where, maybe not the hardcore achievements thing, but just another character where I don't use blue items. Might be an idea. Not this character, though. Maybe the next one, maybe. Right, so got another proc, which I love to see it, because I like additional procs, especially ones that come with life-stealing effects. And don't uncap my resistances is also another really good thing. Okay, Calamrat. What? Camladris. Okay, that's an interesting name. You can have a Booger Volcano back there as well. Alrighty, once this big boy dies, there he goes. Let's go inside. Now this, the Fort Ikon armory is pretty quick. You'll get through it relatively quickly. Definitely want to get my hands on the flesh warped set of the pieces of it, because they can be quite good. Specifically the helmets and the chest. Shoulders, I think I'm okay with my current shoulders. Having +2 to my main skill is pretty good. So I'm okay with the rover's shoulders. Okay, this chest here, this has got a quest item in it, so you definitely want to click on it. So, Legion supplies, let's go ahead and grab those. And we'll be on our way again. There are a couple of secret rooms in here. As always, look to the grimtools.com/map section in order to find them. You can quite clearly see this little room here, and the entry is just here. So you can come in here if you so desire, and there's a few chests and stuff. It's not particularly amazing. You're not going to get anything that good most of the time. I'll say you never get something good, and someone will comment that they got a purple item out of there at some point, I'm sure. Alright, let's have a little chat about the boss of this area, because Lucius is a little bit scary. With maxed out resistances, less so, but he is still decently scary, and you probably should respect him at least a little bit. The main thing he's going to do that's going to be a little bit scary is his Meteor Storm, which will be the third kind of special attack that he does. And if you get hit by all of it, it's really going to hurt. Especially if you have low resistances, but it will still hurt even if you have 80%. Level 41, let's go to... Let's do that. And we'll put another point there. I may take this back, but I kind of want to see how it feels on a boss. I'm definitely never going to use that on trash. I say as I push it on trash. But I kind of want it as a filler skill for in between all the other stuff. When I already have the swarm active on bosses and I just need something else to push. Doomsaw of Gluttony, that is a vitality damage weapon. One-handed axe with a lifesteal and Nova. +2 to Spectral Wrath. That's actually really good. I'm not going to use it because I want the recharge on Ravenous Earth, but this... if you were to grab this, and maybe if you had 2 of these, put this on instead. So one of these and this one, dual wielding, is looking pretty juicy. Alright, so Lucius is in here. This is the boss door. And so he's going to do a shoot balls at me. Then he's going to do a flamethrower. Then he's going to do the meteors. And the only one of those I actually care about is the meteors. And we are not exactly a giga high DPS build. So he probably will get to cast it. We'll see how we go, but he probably will get to cast it. And I do not want to get hit by it. There's the flamethrower. Might actually kill him. There's the Sunder. Okay, I got him just in time. Maybe I should have slowed down a little bit to show it, but anyway, too late for that now. So he would have had meteors coming down from above, and if you get shotgunned by them, it's going to hurt. Okay, Herald's Ward. No dice for me, thank you. Of the Cabal, has that got a proc on it? It does not. It does have vitality damage, though. And the gloves as well might be worth looking at. I'm looking at these and I'm seeing high armor, and I'm seeing 3 resistances and health. These are decently good. Obviously I don't have the physique. Can I actually do this? Hang on. I had a feeling I might be a little low on cunning if I did that. But it does seem like it works. So I'm losing 1% PS res, which I don't care, I've got piles of that. And I'm gaining a bunch of armor. I'm gaining a little bit of health, and I'm gaining vitality and elemental resistances. And that Ring of Steel proc, I mean, it does have main hand damage, and I can lifesteal from it, but it's not amazing. I think I'm mostly here for the extra armor. These ones as well. The elemental seal proc is considerably better, but yeah, no, that's fine. Let's have a look at these. +3 to Spectral Wrath is actually really good. So that's going to give us an extra, I think, 3% vitality resistant shredding, which is quite good. So could be worth using those. Over +1 to Ravenous Earth. Let's go ahead and blow this up. And just for something different, I'm actually going to go and turn this quest in, and then not be confused when I get to the next step and it's not there because I didn't turn the previous step in. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. Okay, we will head to the Necropolis. Wendigo's Mark level up. You'll love to see it. Now, you have a choice here with the precious resources, the supplies we picked up. You can either deliver them to Weapons Master Edric here, and get plus Black Legion reputation and minus Homestead, which is what I suggest you do. Or you can take it to Homestead, and you'll lose some Black Legion reputation, but you will gain Homestead reputation. Also get an extra bag, which is nice. Personally... Ooh, hang on, these might be better. These are absolutely better. There we go. Personally, I value Black Legion reputation above every other reputation. All of them. But, hey, if you, for some reason, want to get Homestead reputation a little bit faster, that is one way you can do it. Okay. Let's just grab an Unholy Inscription. Chuck it on there. That way I don't have to go back to Devil's Crossing, and I don't have to pay money to destroy that. Okay. Captain Reeves here. We're going to accept his quest to deal with the witch. And there's a couple of arguments here. So, argument number one is you go talk to the witch, and you just say, alright, I'm not going to kill you, and then that's it, you leave. It unlocks her faction, and you don't gain or lose reputation with pretty much anyone. You'll lose a little bit with Black Legion, I think. Where are we? Why should I trust you? I will defy Reeve. Okay. So yeah, you do lose a little bit of Black Legion, but you gain some Outcast reputation, and more importantly, you unlock it here. Where are we? The Outcast. So you unlock her here, and later you'll be able to buy any of this stuff you so desire. Spoiler alert, there's not much here that's particularly good, but, you know, maybe. The other argument, or the other thing you can do, assuming you're not just going to kill her, which you can do, but assuming you're not going to kill her, so I guess kill her is option number 2. Option number 1 is what I'm going to do, which is just unlock her and then walk away and never talk to her again. And if you look at what she likes, it's killing Ethereals and killing Chthonians, which you're going to do tons of throughout this game. She will be revered around about the time you're getting to the end of Ultimate, and you won't have to do any of her quests. You won't have to turn in anything. You just unlock her once in normal, and then you walk away. So that's option 1. Option 2, kill her, and then option 3 is actually to take her quests and do them. And you will gain actually a decent amount of XP from doing her quests. She will send you out to kill Kalis Ka, who has a devotion shrine right next to him. So you're going to go out there anyway. And she'll send you into the Steps of Torment and also into the Bastion of Chaos. So she kind of provides a little bit of nudge towards the Skeleton Key dungeons. So she can give you actually a decent amount of XP. But you will lose Black Legion reputation. Granted, once you get to the city of Malmouth, you're going to end up with so much Black Legion reputation, it doesn't really matter. So up to you which you choose to do. You will level faster if you do her quests. You will also be pretty much pointed towards a devotion shrine that you may have not known was there. You will be pointed towards the Skeleton Key dungeons, which if you're a newer player, maybe you haven't done any of them yet. Just be aware that the skeleton key dungeons are a little bit harder than most areas you are going to visit in the campaign. But they're also pretty fun. They have some unique bosses, and some unique loot as well. Each of the skeleton key dungeons has their own specific set boss with his own special loot that you can't get anywhere else. For example, Alchemos from the Steps of Torment has his two sets of rings, so the purple version and the blue version, and they will not drop anywhere else in the game at all, ever. The only way you can get those rings if you want them is you have to run Steps of Torment, and you have to kill him, and you also have to get lucky, because, well, let's just say the drop rate is not as high as some people would like. If you've ever had to farm those rings, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Anasteria can be a pretty good gateway into that sort of content. I'm just going to unlock her and be on my way. I'll grab this lore note here. Everybody loves free XP. And welcome to the Necropolis. So this is the last area in the base game. So we're coming up on the end of Act 4. Just looking at the clock, I may be able to get through all of Act 4 in this episode. We will see. It's going to be close. I may end up doing the actual Loghorrean fight next episode. We'll see what happens. Blighted of Attack, that could be good. Level 44, I can use it. Probably not. So this little section here, if you ever need to farm Aether Crystals and you haven't unlocked the Warden's Laboratory on Ultimate or Elite, and you're too high level, like I am now, for the normal Warden's Laboratory, this area right here, this is a good area to get some Aether Crystals. It's probably the best area in the game outside of the Warden's Lab when you're accounting for things like how dangerous it isn't. Because I think, actually, Port Valbury is almost certainly the best place in the game to get them. But Port Valbury is both a skeleton key dungeon and also considerably harder than this area. So there's that. But I think this is actually pretty good place to get crystals. Not a big fan of the ethereal abominations here, but we'll take him out. These guys, this is the Aether Cow. This is the boss of the farms to the, what's that? Farms to the west of Homestead. Alrighty, down they all go. Let's get out of any goop that might be there. Chthonian Thread Sash. I've seen one of these before. I'm not sure where though. Can't put my finger on it. Definitely seen one before though. I think I've seen this amulet before as well. Anyway, we'll pick all these up and we'll be on our way. So I usually just kind of hug this, I guess southern or maybe southeast edge of this area, because I want to get to here. This crypt here, there is a devotion shrine in there. I'm going to come back for it though. So I'm dropping a personal rift here, and we'll just kind of see. We'll see if I remember it's there. Or if you get to yell at me in the comments for forgetting about it again. Also got this devotion shrine just ahead of us here as well. Alright, let's go ahead and pop it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, down they all go. That's a devotion point. And let's go ahead and spend it in the Panther. One more and we can take this all out. And I did just tell you where there is one more, so it seems to help when I joke about forgetting things. I don't forget them, or at least less often. We do have a fight coming up here for the Rift Gate, so we'll have to do that particular battle. Here it is. Which is not really a problem. Also, I know I said I wasn't going to use Siphon Souls a whole lot on Trash, but it seems like I was wrong. Because I am definitely casting it more than just occasionally. Also, these guys here, that axe they're carrying, that can be a monster infrequent. And anyone who's watched more than 1 or 2 series here knows that these things absolutely torment my nightmares. Because they have... There we go. Tyrants of Ruin. Look at all those bonuses. 9 to 41 extra damage. That's basically 25% of the base damage of the axe added on top. And then 180% increased physical damage, which is actually 222% because it's all damage there as well. And it's going to reduce my damage when he hits me with it. So, yeah, these guys are not my favorite things to fight. Edric's back scratcher could be good. +2 to the main skill instead of +1 to all. If you found this and you didn't have Pedal will, I'd maybe consider using it. And I've successfully remembered my rift, so let's go get that last devotion point. Is this... Oh, this isn't the one where it's... There's another offhand where the flavor text is basically saying that the offhand is shaped in a way that it's giving someone the bird, as it were. Which I always found amusing. Alright, everybody explode nicely, thank you very much. Now the thing with this area is you're trying to get to this... What do we call this? I guess the westernmost part of this this diamond shape here. And we want to get into the tunnels. And then we need to go all the way around the edge of the map. So these tunnels here, this is where we wanted to get to. Let's go ahead and kill... Is that Balavan? It's an interesting name. There we go, we'll grab the loot. Kill everything off. Yeah, we want to get into these dirt tunnels over here. And we're going to head more or less around the edge of the map. There's a few little places like this where you can maybe miss that corner. There is a totem, at least usually, in here as well. But this is where we're heading. And unfortunately we have to head more or less around the edge. Completely. And then back into the middle. Almost like a lollipop kind of spiral shape. Maybe I was wrong about the totem. Well, I know I wasn't wrong about the totem, but it does appear that it's not here this time. Alright, also, there is a boss right next to the ruined shrine. Name escapes me, but he's a ghoul. He'll be there. There he is. Plagius. I'm just not going to fight him. Let's grab the devotion shrine and then you know what? He's half dead. We'll just kill him. Alright, that should be enough to kill him. There he goes. The Chill Surge Ring. Fire, resistance shredding, cold damage proc. You'll love to see it. Extra vitality damage on Harbinger of Souls is not bad. Especially seeing as I'm only using the Kaiman's badge for that chaos resistance. I mean, the rest of the stuff there is nice. But actually, Harbinger of Souls is the exclusive that I am planning to use. Offensive ability is something I like. Vitality damage is something I like. Is there any weird conversions on this? No. I'm just gonna use that. That seems like it's a good thing. I gain a little bit of Pierce and Chaos, which, I mean, honestly, who cares? These will be capped once I put the Wardstone back on. Same with the Bleeding Res. Yeah, this seems like a good deal to me. Okay, also I need to go back to town because I need to take points out of devotions as well. Apparently I hit level 42, so we'll put those in there. Cunning, I might stop at 5 for a little bit and put some points into physique here too. It's probably not a horrible idea. Let's keep the add-on there, chuck that on our amulet. As long as we're here, may as well grab those too. And devotion point. Right. So, Panther is now complete. Should be able to remove the Sailor's Guide. And then we want the Lotus. So, the Lotus is another one that I mentioned maybe taking, and it was for this one. So healing effects increased by 10%. That's all of our lifesteal, all that sort of stuff. Any kind of regen, I believe, is also included in this, but effectively any healing proc, any lifesteal, all that sort of stuff. 10% increase, so more healing. 3% physical resistance is also kind of hard to get and also quite good. Then we've got health, energy, resistance. We've got health and energy, and then we have some energy regeneration, which is also quite good. So all of this, yes please. There we go. Next up on this list, we are going for Scholar's Light, so that's going to be the candle. And then we're getting Ritosh. So this is a little bit slower, I think, than just smashing all of these devotions to get here as fast as you can. But it's still reasonably quick to get there, and it definitely seems like it's maybe not exactly the best devotion map, but it's one that's good enough that I couldn't beat it in an hour of playing around. That's a little bit... That's not good at all. Did I just sell some gloves that I can wear for a little bit? I didn't, but I do know where I can buy some gloves. So I'm going to have to not wear those gloves for a little bit. I'll have to wear the Homestead ones again. Which I don't love, but it's not the end of the world either. Respected gloves, what do we got here? OA, pierce resistance. And these ones is defensive. You know what? I prefer the OA. There we go. Alright, I'm going to hang on to these because I do intend to... You didn't see anything? I'm going to hang on to these because I do intend to use them again. But we're looking pretty good. Pretty good. The lack of elemental fully capped here is questionable. What happened there? The bleeding, I know why that's not there, but this doesn't have elemental resist on it. That should have been capped. Must have been the previous metal, I think, had some elemental resist. That's fine. Nothing is massively undercapped, so it'll just work. Alright, and we should have time to go and beat down the Loghorrean as well, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we've made it to the Necropolis Interior Rift. And we can talk to Algrim. Took you long enough, says Mr. I just stepped through the portal instead of fighting anything. Alright, we gotta go get the wagons, so let's get some wagons. You do want to keep your eye out for the big guys with axes, because they definitely scare me. Wait till you run into one with 600% additional damage and like 300 or 400 flat damage on top of that. Trust me, they can be absolutely terrifying. Okay, Exalted Stash can be there. There could be a totem just here. I want those bits. I'm gonna spend those, I guarantee it. Whereas there's one blood wagon, so I've got to go down there. You could have your totem just here. Also, there is a law note here. So let's go ahead and eat that. Then along the top here, there's a bunch of different... I didn't get my movement skill back either. A bunch of different spots for this Void Touch tome, which I am going to, obviously... Look, there's another War Cleaver. These things... Look at all those bonus damage. Look at it all. 10% chance of just destroying me. Alright, that's Cold Thing. That's just death. Oathbreaker is a gun. This could be... Nope, can't use it. Alright, we'll go get this. But yeah, there's a couple different places that totem can be. And this is also one of the really good places that I know of to farm totems, if that's what you're interested in doing. Alright, there we go. So we've got one of them. That was the eastern one, even though it's probably also the most northern one. Really missing that movement skill. Do I have one on me? I do. Alright. This is also the entry point for the Bastion of Chaos. So if you have, I think it's 40 scrap to repair this bridge. It is 40 scrap and 10,000 iron bits. And that will get you access to a door, which will cost you a key to open, and then lock you out if you die once you're in there. Totem and Exalted Stash can be along this little edge here as well. I think another wagon is going to be sort of in that area. Let's see if we get a star on the map here. Maybe not. That's fine, we'll go across this way. It took me way longer than I would like to admit as well to realize what was going on with the wagons. I thought they were in set locations. They're not. There's a whole bunch of different locations and it just picks 3 of them at random. But it took me way longer than I would like to admit to figure that out. And so I would just be running to where I thought they were and they wouldn't be there. And I was very confused. Totem could be right here as well. And that means my last blood wagon should be just down this way. On the other side of this bridge. There it is. But yeah, it took way longer than it should have for me to figure out that actually they have slightly random spawns. Alright, we have access to the Loghorrean. Now, before you go in here, you want to check your resistances. Chaos, you want to check Vitality, you want to check Poison, and you want to check Fire. There are also other resistances in here, but those are the main ones you want to check. So I'm happy, because they're all capped, and I'm going to head on in. Now this whole place is absolutely packed with Chthonians. So all of the void parasites, all of the big scary men with their, well, not really men, but the big scary guys with their two-handed death axes. Plenty of cultists as well. That's alright, we'll take care of them. There is basically one super unique on this floor. If you've played Diablo 2, you know what a super unique is, and if you haven't, go play Diablo 2, it's really a good game. But basically a super unique is basically a boss in this game. It's a boss that's always there. This little torch here, come over this way, that torch opens this door, and also the door on the other side of this little loopy part. So that one there is also open, so you can come in here, grab loot, and come out that way. I don't know why you would ever go out that way. That door just kind of seems like it doesn't have a reason to exist. There's friendly with the Outcast, like I mentioned. You're going to be killing so many ethereals, so many Chthonians, that she's going to love you by the end of it, and you'll never have to talk to her again. The boss I'm talking about is it Bane Galgalor? It's something like that. He's a big green worm, and he could be right there. So he's probably the scariest thing on this floor. He looks like this guy, but it's not this guy. It's a different guy that looks like him. And he is a little bit scary. You should be fine. Honestly, we leech so much life. As long as you keep attacking, should be fine. Keep attacking. Keep leeching. Keep not dying. That's basically how this character works. Okay, we also have... That's blocked off. That's blocked off. Oh, I forgot they added this one into normal difficulty. I'm pretty sure it's this one, but I think this one was only ultimate until... This was an ultimate only one until not too long ago. I'm almost certain that that's true. That's fine. It's here now, so I'm going to take it. Okay, we've got a double rare. It's almost certainly going to be garbage. Imposing of Supremacy. Yeah. It's not complete garbage, but for this build it's not very useful, so we will not be using it. And also, we're very, very close now. So the elemental stuff here, this does nothing. The physique here will be very, very welcome. Let me put my gloves back on. And then this one here for some energy regen. It's kind of okay. This exists in order to get us to Ratosh, and we are very, very close. This little section here, you can actually see the hidden spoils, you can see the door. You just got to find where it opens. And actually, it opens right there. So, just over here. And you know what? I'm not going to walk back and get it. I am going to walk back for that, though. Alright, the cultists seem to die pretty quickly to Devouring Swarm. These big guys, though, yeah, they definitely don't. Let's get a little bit of range between me and Sarmaz Din the Frozen. Lichguard could be okay. No, I take it back, it's not very good. I was thinking that was going to be vitality damage, but no, it's vitality resistance. Not what we want. Okay, if your big green worm, Bane Galgalor, I think his name is, if he wasn't where mine also wasn't, then he's going to be just around the corner here. So he's going to be standing right in front of the door to the seal of the Loghorrean. Let's see if I can sneak past these guys without fighting them. Ah. I'm so sneaky. Alright, here he is. So you can see the big green worm. I'm going to kill his friends off first. And then we're just going to go and kill him. You do definitely want to have maxed out resistances for this guy. Poison, I'm standing in the goop. You can see my health is barely moving, which is kind of how I like it. As soon as he dies, get out of the goop, because as soon as he dies, you stop stealing life from him. And we don't exactly have a lot of health regen, so you really want to be careful about that. Soul Flare is a gun. It's not good. Or at least it's not good for us. Yep. Okay, into one of my least favorite zones in the game. I'm not sure if it's my actual least favorite. Like, do I dislike this the most? Maybe not the most. But it's high up on the list because, well, because I'm no good at navigating this area. It's basically the long and the short of it. I'm good at finding dead ends. So you can see, there we go, I've already found one. This is blocked off. It's not always blocked off. Sometimes you can go through that section. Today, you can't. If it had been open, I would have gone the other way, and this way would have been not open, and it would just... I hate this place. I really do not enjoy this area. Not the end of the world, though. It's pretty quick. There is a... Look at that. Superior. More damage. And, I mean, they don't use Force Wave, so their casting speed doesn't really help them, but it's still a little bit scary. Like, that guy just hit me pretty hard, and he didn't even have one of the axes. Alright, there's my totem. There is a totem in this area. I'm tempted to say there's a devotion shrine as well, but I don't think that's true. I think I'm thinking of the one on the previous floor. But that's fine. There's level 43. Can I put my gloves back on? That is the real question. Survey says no, but Survey also said... Wait. Survey also says... Yes. There we go. Okay, resistances are looking a bit better. We're a little bit under cap for elemental, but that's kind of fine. Hand mortar, if we were playing a purifier, that would be great. We're not, so it's just kind of okay. And the quickening gem is not horrible, but it's not really useful either. I do want to find a new belt. No, I already found a new belt, but I do want to look at belts. Resistances and health on this is actually a lot better than I gave it credit for at the start. I would lose armor, and I'll lose that proc to put it on though, so... No, I think we're probably good for belts. Boots, maybe? Dreadnought foot pads could be good. I don't need the Chaos Res. I do need the Elemental. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Let's go fight the Loghorrean. Or I guess before we get to that point, we have to fight his buddy. Alright, let's try the shortcut. Nope, fail. I had a feeling. Let's try the other shortcut. The medium cut. What do you call a shortcut that's not the shortest cut? I don't know. I don't think it really matters, but I'm kind of curious now. Is it still a shortcut, but it's just, you know, not quite as short as the other shortcut? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, we have Bloodlord Thalanus up here. We're pretty much just going to go kill him. Do have to be a little bit careful. Vitality res is no longer capped, which... it is what it is. He does summon his Harbinger here. You want to be careful about that thing because it's... I think that's one of the ones that explodes when you kill it. But that's fine. We'll just kill him. There we go. Bloodsworn Sigil of Scorched Ends. No good for us. Law Notes, though. I like free XP. Alright, spent that. No points available. Let's go say hi to the boss of the base game. As soon as I eat that. I'm pretty happy with this. Poison, Vitality, Chaos, and Fire are the ones you want to be looking at. Obviously, physical, the more the merrier. And armor rating. If you have any massive holes in your armor, like if your boots still say like 60 armor, go replace them with something from a vendor if you have to. But I think we're good to go. Alright, so first form, pretty cruisy. What we're going to do is we're basically just going to... we're just going to hold right click. We're just going to cycle through our spells. Keep the swarm active. And he's just gonna die and it'll be fine. So there goes Ulgrim. One thing you want to watch out for is you do actually want to watch the color of his mouth. So see how it's going green? Now he's puking all over me. That's the one you want to watch out for. When it goes red, he's going to sunder me. I'm pretty confident that I can just take the sunder. There's not a whole lot of follow-up damage. Watch this. We'll get sundered. And it just kind of doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but it doesn't matter. If that makes sense. It really doesn't make sense. It sounded so much better when I said it in my head. But yeah, we can more or less just face tank this. We're fumbling a whole bunch of stuff, and it just doesn't matter. When he dies, go ahead and move just in case, but very anticlimactic. We can now access Elite and Ultimate Difficulty. Lovely. So, the Loghorrean's Trove here. I think this is the one you only get one time, and if we come back and kill him, we should get these two. Shadow Weave Leggings, and is he going to drop his shoulders? Yes, he is. So the Loghorrean's Corruption are good general purpose shoulders for most characters at level 50. Nothing on here is amazing, although 5% physical resistance is pretty good. And then you get a pile of DA and OA and some health and a little bit of resistance. And some skills that may or may not be good for you. So they're decent shoulders, but probably... Actually, before I say that, let's just have a look at them. I would lose +2 to Ravenous Earth, which I don't love. I would lose some elemental resistance, which probably shouldn't matter. It's probably worth keeping them. I'm saying probably a lot here. It's a little bit wishy-washy. Having said that, though, we have just defeated the Loghorrean, the big bad of the base game Grim Dawn. Let's go see what we got. You do get a purple or a blue item. I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed purple for defeating him. The beast has been banished, but Ulgrim was pulled into the void along with it. Oh noes. We did get a purple. We've hit Respected with the Black Legion. And, yeah, let's have a look in our inventory here. So, Contagion, Vitality Damage, Decay. This one, I believe, spreads to other nearby enemies. This is not horrible. I will probably wear this at level 50. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to that. We'll hang on to that as well. These pants are kind of a side grade. I don't really care about those. I'll hang on to those shoulders as well. And then I had... That can go Those I'll check. That I'm going to chuck back there anyway, and we'll keep these pants as well. So this is my little stash of things that I may wear. Which one of these is better? These ones are better. There we go. I guess I should chuck the Explorer's set in there. Probably should just sell these. I hate using these. I hate them. Hate them. Hate them. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and clear out my inventory and get set up for the next episode, and that's gonna be it for this one. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.